Okay, hello everyone. This is JD with Day Trading Futures, and I wanted to do a quick video that was requested by one of the viewers on how to start up a remote computer or a virtual private server. VPS is what they're also commonly known as, and this will offer you the availability to remote into a computer that will have your software already downloaded. A lot of times, I know in a lot of my videos, I said that I'm on my work computer, that I'm not allowed to download software, third-party software onto. I don't have administrative rights to it. So the way I get around that is I remote into one of my computers that I have, a virtual server, and I've downloaded Rhythmic and NinjaTrader so that I can remote into it and day trade even while I'm at work. Also, there are other applications for that, such as if you're running different Rhythmic logins, and Rhythmic is very particular about how many computers you can have Rhythmic logged into. You can actually, instead of buying two or three, if you didn't want to use a trade replicator and you needed to have several different computers, this would be an option to where you could have a different IP address, a different computer, but actually still work from the same desktop or laptop. Also, you can. I've even been able to download. I have an Android cell phone. I've been able to download a remote portal or a remote app that I can actually do the same thing on. I can log in. It's a little bit difficult with the cell phone because obviously it's not to scale. The display is a little off. So, but you can actually, if need be, you can close the position if you have to. All right. So let's get started. First thing you will need is a Gmail account. Go ahead and set that up. Once you set up your Gmail account, go over to the cloud or type in cloud.google.com. This will bring you to this area. Hit console in the upper right hand side. And now you are in the Google Cloud platform. Since I already have an account, I already have, at least one instance. That's what it's called. Instead of just calling it a computer or a virtual computer, they call it a compute engine. I've already, once you sign up for the first time, you'll get a $300 credit. That's good for 3 months worth of usage. Just to show you a little bit of how much my usage has given me with the credits. Let me go here and I'll show you kind of my billing account to show you kind of what I'm getting and what to expect with the cost. With the free trial, I still have $254 of the initial $300. And if you look here, the original value was a $300 credit. The remaining value, I've only used $46 of it, and I've used it for a little over 2 months. It will expire in 20 days. It looks like it's going to be about $15 to $20 each month is how after the free trial expires. That's how much you could look at spending. Now, this is what a lot of people, what some people do on YouTube, or what they suggest doing is getting a new Gmail account and setting all this up again. And then that way you always, every 3 months, when it comes time to renew or to start going through with the billing, you just start a new Gmail account and you get another $300 worth of free credit. And then that way you can continue the free services. It's kind of a pain whenever you think about it, because you still have to download Rhythmic again. You'll still have to re-download NinjaTrader, re-log in with all your passwords and usernames, and set up, of course, when you're setting all that up, then you also have to set up your trading platform. You have to, go back in and check your, set up your NinjaTrader settings. You have to do all that again. So if that's worth it, if that's worth, the time, well, then go ahead and change, get a new account every 3 months, but if not, you can look at paying probably $15 a month, because I do have, with this instance here, I do have a little bit more storage that I use, primarily because I do a lot of, this is what I also do my YouTube recordings on. So I get a little bit more storage and that type of thing. All right. So what we will do, I'll go ahead and start a new instance. You will have to have a project, a name, and by default, it's just my first project. When you go here, you will have to have your billing activated, so you will have to have a debit card or a credit card active before you can start your instance. All right, so let's go to Compute Engine. On the dashboard, it'll look a little different just because I already have an instance in my first project. But once you set all that up, this should be very similar. We'll go ahead and create an instance. All right, so instance 2, it can be whatever, whatever you want it to be called. Now, with your region here, this is going to be where your IP address is, okay? Since I'm in the United States and I'm in the Central Time Zone, this is the area that I picked. And then also you can kind of keep in factor, if you are overseas, you can set up a US-based IP address, and then that will also help with a lag time in the networking. Even if you're in like California or Hawaii or Alaska, there may be a lag time whenever you're putting in orders on your NinjaTrader or whatever platform you're using. There may be a networking lag time for the computers to communicate. So it might be best. I know a lot of future platforms are in the Chicago, Illinois area. That's because that's where a lot of the brokerages are. So, if you want if you want the lag time to be almost minimal, or next to nothing, just go ahead and pick the central US, but it's up to you. All right, moving right along. So with here, you can get a different generation. I just pick the E2. That's what's mainly used. It's default. With the machine type, you can get a smaller memory, but like I said, since I do a lot of storage of videos, storing videos and stuff for my YouTube channel, well then I like to have a little bit more memory. But you can just click and you can just start out wherever you want. If you need more memory, that's the good thing about cloud services, is that you can add more memory. With the Google Cloud Platform, it'll let you know that if you do need more memory, you'll get like a little notification saying that, hey, we recommend you to get more memory, and then you can upgrade. And it'll give you an approximate cost of what that upgrade will be too. All right, CPU, I just have it on automatic. GPUs, we don't need any graphic processors. All right. Moving right along. Now, with this boot disk, you do not want Linux, because we're going to be downloading software, and some of the software may not be compatible with a Linux machine. So you can just type in Windows here. It will be a Windows server. I like to use a little bit newer. I don't like to use a 2004 server. I like to use either the 2016 or the 2019. I wouldn't get one for the. I would just get the the Windows Server 2019 right here, the data center, and just whatever. Now with your disk, if you want a good solid state drive, it'll give you a little bit more. It'll give you probably some better performance than some of the other standard disks. You can do a balanced or extreme, whatever, your choice. Now, let's go through here. Manage. Okay, all that looks good. Okay. Hold on. I think I saw something that I didn't like. Hold on. All right. So, go back through here. Okay, all that looks good. Okay, it was all good. All right, it's all default. Now, compute engine default. Let's see. All right, all that looks good. Firewall, you'd want it to identify the traffic. You want to allow those things. With the networking, I would suggest getting a static IP address, which I'll show you how to do a little bit later, and because that will make your remoting a little bit easier. Because whenever you set this up, you'll need to remote in to that computer by the public IP address. And if your IP address is dynamic, that means that it'll constantly change. So you definitely want something to where it'd be easier to log into, because whenever you go to your RDP app on your computer, it'll you can just click to save the settings, and it'll make it a lot easier. I'll show you how to do that. All right, and don't worry about this monthly cost right here. This monthly cost is on average if you run it 24/7. Obviously, if you're going to be day trading, you probably will only use it for a certain amount of hours a day. All right, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and start create. Seems like it's taking a little bit of time, no problem. All right, here we go. Now, so we'll go here. Under this, you'll need to set your password, or you won't be able to log in. All right, so I will use, let's just call the username day trading, right? That's fine. Oh, sorry. It needs to be lowercase. All right, let's see if that works. Let's see. All right, now this is important, right? So you want to copy this, put it somewhere where it's going to be specific to you. This is your password. So if you lose it, you cannot get in to you will not be able to log in to your computer. So that's very important that you get that. All right, now next, let's go ahead and log into your computer and see what it looks like. Go over here to this little search bar. You can type in remote desktop connection. This is where you type in whatever you called your computer. Day trading. Okay. So I did make one mistake. I need to download the file. All right, because see, whenever you do this, you'll need to download the Rdp file for the first time. downloads. All right, now we have it downloaded. Let's go ahead and open it. There we go, and let's connect it. Now, this is my other instance, so I'll need to use a different account, and we will use, let's see, did I day trading? All right, let's see. And we want to connect anyway, and here we are. We are logging in, and here is your brand new computer. All right, and then of course, to connect to the internet, it'd be like, you know, going through here like you have a brand new computer. Okay, what this is a server. So if you're not familiar with working around a server, this dashboard will come up. If you don't want that, let's see. You can click here for Server Manager. Do not start Server Manager upon login. And that way, every time you log in or turn on the computer, it will not pop up. Now, the way you remember, whenever you when you open up a new computer and log on for the first time, you know, your internet settings are going to be horrible. It won't let you download anything because of all the security. So you'll have to go back in and you'll have to, you know, alter your internet security features, you know, to where you can still be able to log in, or you'll be able to download Rhythmic and NinjaTrader and that type of thing. All right, now, once you finish, be sure to shut down your computer, because if you leave it running, you'll be charged for every hour that you leave it running. Obviously, it's only $25 or $30 if you leave it running the whole time, but it's just, you know, a cost-saving measure. Another tip is to, if you want to log into this computer on another computer, well, then you can actually just close the remote desktop, and it will, then you can log into another computer. Your trades will be, you know, if you open up a position and then you have to go somewhere and log in on another computer, just close that remote session. It'll still be running in the background, and then whenever you get to your other destination or your other computer, you can log in and your positions will still be open. All right, so let's go ahead and shut this down. All right, and then here we are back in our dashboard. Another thing, so if you want to stop the computer, you click on the status, go over here, and stop it. Okay, you need to stop that before it, you know, if you don't want to use it anymore, or like I said, you'll be continually billed. All right, so when we go here, let's look at setting up a static IP address. So whenever you're in your dashboard here on the compute engine, go up here and hit View Network Details. And whenever you get to this network, instance 2, you'll need to go over here to the left to external IP addresses. You'll need to upgrade your premium or your network tier to premium. And by doing that is you click Reserve Static IP. And we'll just do, you'll have to name the IP, and we'll just say day trading, I guess, is fine. Premium, standard, we're going to use IPv4 since that's the standard, whatever the protocol that everyone's using right now. All right, attach to your instance 2 and click to reserve. Then after this loads, you will have a static IP address to where whenever you log into your remote desktop protocol app or your remote, you don't have to keep typing in different external addresses. You can just use the same one. And like I said, I'm going to delete this right now because I don't want anyone to use it. So let's go back to my dash. Go to Compute Engine. And I'm going to go ahead and stop the machine. Takes a minute or two to stop it. All right, once it has stopped, I'm going to go here and I will delete it. All right, there we go. That's how you set up a Google Cloud Platform virtual private server. All right, thanks for joining me in this. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully you'll be able to set it up without any problems. If you need troubleshooting, you can comment or you can search on Google. That's how I learned how to do it. All right, thanks a lot, and stay tuned for other videos.